Yeah, it wasn't on purpose, Keith, I promise, to be like everybody else. No, I mean, a crazy game. You have to give credit to your opponent first and foremost. You know, the way they celebrated just shows you the result, what it means to them. And we expect to come here and win, which can be a good thing or a bad thing, I think, sometimes. You got to give credit to your opponent. I thought they were very strong, very direct. We knew what they were going to do. Put 10 men behind the ball, literally in the 18-yard box, and it's difficult to break down. But that's what we play these games for, so that when it comes to the senior team, then hopefully they've had that experience and they know what to do in future. So 3 poor goals to concede. The players are very down, as you can imagine, because they expect to win, which is a good thing. Well, yeah, I mean, qualification seems to get overlooked sometimes because we're expected to win, which goes with the territory and which is fine. So we are disappointed because this group has got 100%, as you pointed out, right up until the 90th odd minute of this particular game. But we should have put them to bed well before that, and we get a chance to. We're still on track this window. We knew 4 points would do it. So now if we beat Turkey, then we're into the qualifiers, into the Euros, sorry. Yeah, I mean, you hope to come and get a result, give blood a few players, get to look at them under pressure situations, and also to manage the load because of, as we know, pre-season didn't last very long, close season didn't last very long, and there's a lot of games and we're all working together to get through them. So, yeah, I appreciate you saying the players that did really well, and you're right, they did. But these are the games where you're expected to win. But we got a lot of positives out of it, as you said. The individual displays were very good. Yeah, but that goes with the territory. We're top of the group. We're doing okay. We've got a game in hand, and it's still absolutely in our hands. So. A group of very disappointed players, but we got ourselves there, and we'll make sure we climb out of it and give our opponent their due, because you have to be respectful of that. But we'll crack on now and make sure that we prepare and get ready for the long journey and get ready for Turkey. Well, it's a way out, mate, and thank you for that. But the pitch is a leveler. It's different to what our players are used to. It suits Andorra, the way that we play. We move the ball quickly around the park and we get into good positions because we can move it swiftly and get in between lines. Very difficult to do that on a surface where it is naturally slower because of the surface. And it suits them. They're 2 banks of 4, the 2 players drop in. You've almost got a back 11, if you like, with the goalkeeper. And you got to be creative and you got to move it fast. And, whilst we managed to score 3, we let ourselves down, I think, as a team. With the 3 goals that we conceded. So they're things that we'll look at and be working on. But it is a factor, there's no doubt about it. They were, mate. I think the 3 goals were the most disappointing, particularly at the stage of the game when the game is won and a hopeful punt up the pitch gives us a problem. But these are the 2 young centre halves were given a test today. They won't come up against that sort of football. And for a long part of the game, both did really well, as did a lot of other individuals. But definitely a learning curve for me and for the lads. And we just make sure now we can reference that if ever we come up against a similar sort of opponent. He's in esteemed company, isn't he? And he took his goal really well. I think it was a brilliant goal that we scored, the 3rd one. A great pass from Eberici Eze to play him in. But yeah, I'm really pleased with Eddie. He's the captain of the team when he plays. He's great off the pitch as well as on the pitch. And if you can emulate the guy that he shares a record with, then he'll have had a brilliant career at the end of it. But that is it. It's just the beginning for him. And we hope that he can play regularly for his club and hopefully move on to bigger things with us. The result is a warning to make sure that we're absolutely bang on every single time we play. Now, couple that with the changes that are made and the surface and everything else, the bottom line is we're expected to win these games, as you could see from our opponents' celebrations at the end. they're lessons for us. That's why the lads are not in the senior group just yet, because we have to learn how to manage games. And when they go to Gareth, they've got to make sure that they've had the experiences before. So I don't think they'll be complacent, because they're a good bunch. But it certainly is a referential experience that I can use with them to make sure that whoever we play, whether they be a top team or whether they be a team that's viewed as not as strong, that we've got to be absolutely 100% at it every single time, no matter who's played, because we're England and that's what's expected. I think it's a lesson, and you make the point fairly about the Euros. Last time around, the time before that, when we got beat by the Germans in the semi-final, was a different sort of a feeling. So we know what it's like to get out of the group, get to the semi-finals, and we know what it's like to not get out of the group. So those are experiences that the staff and myself are obviously speaking to those players that were with us last time. But you're absolutely right. No matter who you play against, if you're not if you make errors like we made today, then you can't expect to go through. But I think, to finish on a positive, I was pleased with some really good individual performances. I mixed the team up a lot. We've got a point. We only need 3 to qualify, so we just got to make sure we focus. Don't get down on ourselves. The players have done very, very well to get to this point, to qualify with 3 games to go, with 2 games to go. Hopefully, if we can get a result against Turkey.